single, and so many people have told me when you stop looking, you'll find him. And I've never really understood, because I'm like, how do I turn my brain off to that? So instead, I would kind of just like push down those feelings, and obviously those desires are natural, so I was still like scanning the room, still looking, but telling people like, no, I'm good single, I'm happy, I'm good. Like almost faking that I wasn't looking, when really I still was. So what I've come to kind of realize is that it's not about denying the reality that you want a boyfriend, and in fact it's the opposite. It's acknowledging it and really deep diving into what you want, and then realizing you're deserving of that, and it'll come to you when it's ready. And now I'm generally so happy alone that I'm not looking, and I really don't scan the room that much anymore, and in fact I'm more internally focused and engaging with the people that are in my life that I really want to invest into. So I think a more accurate phrase than when you stop looking, that's when you'll find him, is when you start being more present, that's when you'll find him.
You know what really just burns my bridges, what really just gets me really annoyed about watching women like this talk as if they don't have any options, right? Are you kidding me that this girl just 10 years ago in her early 20s had them lining up, right? The amount of friends that were in her friend zone, it would have looked more crowded than a Comic-Con convention, right? These type of girls just have so much abundance when it comes to choices in men. Don't kid yourself for a second, because a lot of these blue pill betas will see this girl, and you know, because they're so desperate and they don't get laid and they're raised by a single mom, they'll see her and they'll be like, oh, you know what, princess, I'll be your prince, I'll be everything you're looking for in a man and then some, and whatever you want, it's yours. I'll just give it to you. I'll hand over my entire life for you. I'll give you the world. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. It's like, you dumbass, you don't think that she's had zillions of those dudes since she was 12 lining up to offer her those things? Of course she has, right? And this is what really makes me, really just puts me off about modern women like this, the ones that are still single over 30, is like, don't sit there and try to play victim, right? That's what she's doing. She's sit there trying to play victim, like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm just not going to look anymore, and they tell me if I stop looking, I'll find him. It's like, lady, you are now in your mid-30s, right? You are losing your facial features, that your youth, you're losing that very quickly. Your eggs are drying up. Okay? You're not even going to be able to have kids anymore, and at least not safely. And you're not a bad-looking girl. I mean, she's not my type personally, but I can tell you, like, if you put her out there on the market, especially back when she was in her early 20s, late teens, I tell you, man, there's a lot of dudes were lining up for this chick. Again, not my type of chick. She's just not my type. But she had them lining up, okay? Not just a few dudes, but literally armies of dudes. Okay, I'm talking about just an ocean of dudes, a sea of dudes, willing to give her the world. Yet she did not choose a single one of them. And you just have to ask this lady, what exactly are you looking for that you have not yet found? Okay, in 35 years of being on this planet, what in being a decent looking chick that has had a lot of options, just an overabundance of guys in your life. Okay, you cannot tell me that there are not a ton of dudes in her friend zone that would have married her like that back in her 20s. Okay, even probably still now, they would still do it. Oh, you want me now? Okay, I'm here. They would still do it. But she's like, nah, not good enough. Not good enough. Go away. You know, and this is what makes me sick about these chicks. This is what really puts off a lot of people in the red pill, right? When it comes to these DGs over 30. We know, okay? We're not fooled by this like the blue pill beta. We are not fooled. We can see through this facade that she's putting up, right? We know that she has taken advantage of the fact that she's had pretty privilege her entire life. She's had tons. I'm not even being exaggerating when I say that. She's had tons of high-value men just want to marry her off, offer to put the ring on her finger, offer just, do whatever she wanted them to do if she would just commit herself to them. But she was like, nah, not exactly, not quite what I'm looking for. I know you've got the mansion, I know you've got the Lambo, the LaFerrari, and the McLaren, and you've got the boat, the yacht, you've got your own private jet. Yeah, you're 6 feet tall. Yeah, you've got six-pack abs. Yeah, you're 6 in the pants. However, I don't like that little eating habit you do, where you just chew it on the left side and not enough on the right. There's like that little imbalance. Yeah, it's kind of a deal breaker. They've got so much abundance and so many options that they choose none, right? They just take all these dudes for granted. They literally take all these dudes for granted. And I know where this chick is headed. Okay, she's going to be 40 and still in the same position, 50 still in the same position, 60, 70, and then finally 6 feet under, never had gotten married, no grandkids, no lineage, no husband, nothing to show for her time on this planet, except for these TikToks where she was complaining at different periods in her life, all the way up until her death. And you'll notice the trajectory. If you follow this chick for the next 70 years, she will slowly become more and more bitter towards men, more hostile towards the patriarchy, more more affectionate towards Big Daddy government, as they all do. And you'll just see her slowly deteriorate, right? And she's never taking accountability for her poor decisions. She'll be 50 and going, these guys my age, they just don't want to date me. These perverts, they're going for 20-year-old women. I can't believe it. No, these guys, we've got to stop this ageism. We've got to stop this ageism against older women. She'll be one of those that we often cover here on my channel. She'll be one of those, right? But because we know the amount of options she's had in her life, we can't feel sorry for her, right? She is the one who chose not to pull the trigger. She is the one who is voluntarily choosing to stay out there. And again, this is what happens when you have just too many options. You start to take it all for granted, right? You just don't value it anymore. And I'm telling you, I guarantee this chick has had a ton of high-value dudes come her way. She's like, nah. Didn't like the way you chewed that meal, or I don't like the way you wear your bracelet exactly. It kind of, I like it a little bit higher on your wrist. It kind of hangs down a little bit. They start picking on the littlest things. And it drives me nuts, right? It's just kind of like, seeing like a spoiled brat who is living off their parents' trust fund money, never worked a day in their life. They don't have to work a day in their life. They're just living off their parents' money, so they have time to go to these like protests and riot in the streets and go, let's get the rich people, those evil rich people, while they lived in wealth. They don't want you to get wealthy because, oh no, but they grew up in wealth, but they just don't want you to experience it, right? And they have all these options, and they complain about like, should I have daddy buy me the red BMW or the blue BMW? It's like you didn't work for a freaking thing. You just are getting these things handed to you to the point where you don't appreciate anything, right? And this is just modern women in a nutshell. But let's go on to the next clip, shall we? And here we go.
Here's a trick that I do when family members just ask me if I'm single or what I'm doing in my life. Like, oh my God, you're 37. Like, aren't you worried? I just said, oh my God, I'm dating a lot of people. I'm having so much fun.
Really? You tell your family that you're dating a lot, quote unquote, a lot of people and having so much fun? You know what people instantly imagine when you tell them that, right? You're banging several different dudes. They just go, oh, I guess our cousin is a slut. I guess our cousin is a 304. I guess our cousin is made for the streets. Right? I guess she doesn't want to settle down with one man. Guess she can't keep her legs closed. Guess she's racking up the miles on her vaginal odometer. That's what they think. They're not thinking, oh my gosh, I so envy her. I envy her freedom like a Chelsea handler. I envy her. I envy the fact that she gets to do whatever she wants. No, they're not thinking that at all. They're thinking, where did we go wrong with her?
And then they get kind of weirded out that, you're so happy and excited about it.
You're so happy and excited about it. Here's Chelsea Handler 3.0.
And then you're like, yeah, and I'm really enjoying work, and like things are just going great.
Yeah, and as we always talk about on this channel, guys, the women who are doing the most celebrating when it comes to being single is usually these women who are fresh out of their 20s. They're still in their early 30s, so their mindset, to them, they still think they're like in their 20s, even though they're in their 30s. But wait until this lady gets into her 40s. If you really want it to get ugly, wait until she gets into her 50s, man. You're going to laugh your ass off.
Being happy about your life makes it harder for someone to bring you down.
And these women too, they're so sensitive. Look at her. She's already getting defensive because her family is asking her why she's single. She's like, oh, you know, they're just trying to bring me down because they're jealous. They're jealous of me. These chicks are so fragile. They're so sensitive. They're so insecure with themselves. They get so defensive right away, right? Look at her. She's so defensive because her family is merely asking her an honest question. Why are you still single? Okay? I mean, I've been getting that from my family members my entire life. It has never bothered me one bit. Family, friends, people I grew up with, it has never bothered me one bit. How come you haven't been married? Did all you guys subscribe to me? Ask me the same thing. It doesn't bother me one bit. I enjoy answering, and I enjoy giving my answer, and you know, and I'm flattered that people even want to know. I'm like, oh yeah. I just, you know, when I was younger, I wanted to, and then it didn't work out. Then I wanted to focus on my career, and now I'm, you know, I'm thinking about it again because I've got the right girl, but who knows, right? I don't know. I don't get defensive like, hey man, why you ask me that, bruh? You know, are you jealous of me? Jealous? I mean, they get so defensive.
At least in person, as opposed to, oh yeah, Susie, yeah, I'm dating, you know, haven't found the one. I'm gonna girl you, give you advice you don't want. A happy thing, she'll ask you about happy things.
No, they just know you're sleeping around, honey. And that's all they know. I mean, that's all they think of you is like you're sleeping around. Nobody is jealous of the fact that you're single and you don't have a husband or family. People really are just feeling sorry for you, right? And then the fact that you get so defensive about it, they feel even more sorry for you. They're like, and all they're thinking is, wow, she really needs a man. She really needs a man. Because women who can't hang on to a man, guys, you notice they always have this type of expression on their faces? You notice that? Women who just are forever single and just can't hang on to a man, don't know how to treat a man, never got a ring on their finger. This is always the expression they have. I wish I could blow this up. Last clip.
All right, thoughts I have being a single 30-something-year-old living in New York City. I think the thought of not finding your person and falling in love is really scary. But you know what I think is even worse is falling in love, finding your person, and having it be the wrong time and wrong place and it not working out.
The words of a damaged woman right there who will never, ever be able to pair bond in a normal, healthy relationship with a normal, healthy dude. Right? They always will say things like that. They will always make excuses for why it's just not right. It's just not the right time. Ooh, this is just not the right neighborhood, just not the right zip code, just not the right area code, just not the right temperature in the air. Something's off about this, right? No, what these girls really want to do is just continue riding the CC and banging chads and, you know, pulling dudes off the dating apps, like being in situationships, being the side chick, going on emotional roller coasters. That's what gets them off in life, right? They're not meant to be in LTRs, much less marriages, God forbid, right? And again, we talk about the look around the eyes. As they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul. They always have this look, guys. Just like the chick previously when we freeze frame. They just always have this expression and vibe about them that just, you can kind of feel you can feel the chill from your, you know, sitting in front of your computer. You could feel a chill from here, just how cold they are, right? Everything has to be about them. They could care less about you, right? It's just everything revolves around them. They're just looking for a dude who fits a suit, as we always say, right? But these chicks are cold to no end, and They deserve the type of guys that they get. But as always, drop your comments below, fellas. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below. As always, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell for me as well. It helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and everything I'm teaching you here, the best way to do that is just jump into 7 months of mastery. Right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me, so take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.